Help me to stay competitive against the big multinational corporations by subscribing to this channel, hitting the notification bell, liking the video, and maybe leaving a comment in the comment sections below. Thank you very much and enjoy the video. Greetings free thinkers, welcome to the Hoggcast. Okay, on this episode we have collated footage for you of a number of smash and grab raids and moped attacks that have taken place around England and Wales, but especially in London, in which the so-called new Brits, the future doctors and engineers who are going to enrich our culture and our country, have taken part in. You're going to see the ugly side of multiculturalism, which is something that the mainstream media seems very, very reluctant to show you. So without further ado, let's skip the small talk and we'll get straight into it. We'll watch clip by clip and we'll just dissect what exactly is happening and what could be done to prevent this. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so you saw there a moped, a smash and grab in action, and you also saw from a different incident in the same city, London, a case where a moped, two guys on a moped, actually dragged a woman. That what you saw highlighted in the red circle, what on the CCTV footage was two future doctors and engineers on their moped riding down the street with total disregard for the woman they were dragging. Can you imagine the whiplash and the friction burns and the injuries that woman must have sustained? And I see a lot of the comments when this type of thing happens, people say, where are the men? Where are the police? Where are anyone to help? Well, the fact of the matter is, the police have actually been warned off of dealing with these moped criminals because, and this is no joke, by all means, I often say this in my videos. If you don't believe me, you can research it for yourself. It's not hard to find it. The Met Police, which basically is the police force for Greater London and the surrounding areas, the Met Police said they would refrain from taking action against these moped criminals these scumbag smash and grab artists, and they said they will refrain from doing it because the guys on the moped, who many of them are only teenagers, are only fairly young, would, and I'm quoting them here, get hurt. So it's perfectly okay for their victims to get dragged down the street, as you just saw, but it's not okay for a police cruiser, a police motorbike, etc., boxing these mopeds in and potentially... Look, I don't want anyone to get hurt, okay? I just want these people to be held accountable for their actions, and not only that, there should be a drive to radically reduce the numbers of incidents of moped smash and grab robberies in which are becoming, I'm afraid to say, increasingly violent, and people are going to get hurt more and more to the point where eventually someone may, unfortunately, lose their life. Just what do you do with younger people who have came here with their families as alleged refugees? Anyway, a lot of them are very questionable. Their refugee status is very questionable. We know that people generally will lie through their teeth to get into Western countries, and when they get here, nothing much changes anyway. They just continue as they were before. We know that they don't respect our culture. We know that they see us as weak. They know that they see us as a soft touch, an easy target, wealthy. They see us as wealthy, naive, gullible fools to be taken advantage of. Okay, and you've got to think, where do these young people get this type of mantra from? Because at the end of the day, yes, I know there are Western people, in my case, being in Britain. I know there are British people who commit crimes, of course there are. I know that there are British youths who do things stupid. They commit crimes, they do this, they do that, we know that. But the thing about us on the right is we have two things that are very important. We have foresight, and we have the ability to recognise patterns. And whether it's the grooming gang scandal, or if it's the chain migration situation, if it's Department of Welfare fraud, and of course if it is moped gangs, smash and grab gangs, we happen to notice the patterns emerging, that the people who are responsible for this are all the same, and the victims who are on the receiving end of all of this are also the same. And this is why a lot of people are now red-pilled, and a lot of people simply, when they hear the old white man bad routine in this day and age, it just doesn't fly anymore, because the fact of the matter is, if you are going to be a victim of interracial crime, you are almost universally likely to be white.
Not me and you, we'll come outside. You don't get paid enough for that. Yeah? You don't get paid enough. It doesn't matter. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You tell me what you're going to do. What are you going to do against them?
What the hell? Oh my God.
gonna fucking kill you.
What you want?
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
What you want?
Finally, it is worth pointing out that a lot of people say that where were the store assistants, and I've often said that myself in the past, but the fact of the matter is these youths are clearly willing to go all the way, and at the end of the day a human life is worth more than an iPad, and that is something that we know, and I'm afraid to say it is an unfortunate fact. And look, it is something that people are going to have to accept. I know it's not nice, but in the world we live in, I'm afraid to say sometimes things are just not nice. And the fact of the matter remains that people who have lived their entire lives in war zones and come from thoroughly corrupt war-torn countries, such as where the likes of these young gentlemen have came from, the fact of the matter is that they hold life very cheaply. I wish that wasn't the case, but I'm afraid it is the case where life can be taken in an instant and you only survive by taking from others, and that is, I'm afraid to say, the culture that they come from, and they have brought that culture here to the United Kingdom, and of course we are being thoroughly, according to the left, enriched. Furthermore, and finally, so long as Western media and Western politicians in general buy in to the thoroughly debunked theory that everything, absolutely everything, is our fault, the host culture's fault, our history and our people are somehow uniquely bad in terms of human history, which of course is not the case. All peoples, all cultures, and all societies have done things in the past that are both bad and both good. To single us out and to portray us as uniquely evil or uniquely bad, this only serves to reinforce the belief in the new Brits who are arriving in ever increasing numbers, the belief that they are entitled to behave in ways that simply we would not, because they will wave the race card in your face. Anyway, what do you guys think of the footage you've seen? Please let me know in the comments. I've recently just hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you could share this video, like the video, share it amongst your friends and help me grow and reach my next target, I would be very much appreciated. Big shout out to Bishop, Bish Bash Bosh and Ray Legion Burton, the Three Musketeers. We are back again. Thank you for contacting me yesterday. I greatly appreciated that. Sorry. Thank you to Dennis, Jason and Mark Judge from Guys from British Resistance. You guys are my favourite people, of course, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.